Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
Welcome and good morning to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I am your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. I'm also your press secretary for the city of Highland Park, giving you the information you want to know, you deserve to know, and you need to know. Today, I have wonderful guests joining me about healthcare and this fascinating new healthcare opportunity in the communities that I want to make sure that the Highland Park residents need to know about. Dr. Mays and Dr. Wash from Oak Street Healthcare are in the building today. They're going to be joining me. We're going to be talking about what makes them different in the communities, and how you guys can be a part of it. So stay tuned in, stay locked in, and we want to encourage you to call in and participate in the conversation. We will have the number up after break. Stay tuned in, stay locked in, and we'll be right back.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B, Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I am your host, Marley Blackman. Marley B, that's me. I am also your press secretary for the city of Highland Park. You know how to get a hold of me. I'm right at City Hall. Any issues, any concerns, anything you need at all, you can give me a call and we'll make sure that we get to your problems and concerns. Right now, it's very important. I want you guys to stay tuned in and lock your eyes into your television screens. We have Dr. Mays, Dr. Wash from Oak Street Healthcare. That's right here in the Metro Detroit area, and they're providing such a unique service, and we're so excited. I'm excited because, well, first off, I want to say welcome, Dr. Mays, Dr. Wash. I got that right? Dr. Mays,
yeah.
Dr. Wash. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. So, welcome to Get in the Know. Welcome to Highland Park. Welcome to HP. Are you guys Metro Detroiters?
Yes, I'm a native Detroiter.
You are? Okay.
Born and raised in Detroit, Michigan, and Rosedale Park, Grand River, and Southfield Freeway.
Perfect.
So,
what high school? You know, I have to ask, what high school did you go to?
Husky.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right, Refford. That's funny. I went to Refford for like a hot second.
Oh, yes.
And then I was booted off to Bishop Orchard to play basketball. Yeah. So, yeah, that's awesome. How about you?
Native Detroiter.
Okay.
Went to Cass Technical High
Okay.
School.
All right. Cass Tech. She's smarter than us.
technicians.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We see, but you know the same results, right? You guys are both
Exactly.
physicians. So so Oak Street. It's so much I want to talk about with Oak Street Healthcare. I see the green vehicles riding all over the city, and I think it's cool. I think the color pops, and it draws you to say, "What is that? And what are they doing?" So it's ironic that those vehicles drew me to say, what is that and what are they doing? And then one Saturday morning, I turned on my TV and there's an interview being had by another doctor on another local access channel. And I found it so fascinating of the changes in the way that you guys are bringing innovation to healthcare for our seniors. So let's see, what do I tell Dr. Mace? Let's do this. So tell me a little bit about Oak Street.
Oak Street Health is it's a wonderful, wonderful network of primary care centers.
Yes.
And we provide services to adults with Medicare.
Okay.
And we have a unique model that's different than the way that healthcare has been delivered in the past.
Okay.
And so that model helps us really service the community.
Okay.
We not only provide them primary care services, we are able to spend more time with them and we're able to offer them more.
Okay. So so that's so wonderful. So when you walk into the facility, right, you can relax.
Yes.
First off, it's adults, but it has to be 65 years or older, correct?
Well, those Medicare eligible.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
you have some that are not 65, maybe a little bit younger, but they're eligible for Medicare.
Okay.
So
Okay.
they're definitely appropriate for our center.
Okay, perfect. So why would one choose to go to your center versus someone else's? Why do you say yours is a little bit different?
Well, it's a community. It's a community environment,
Okay.
Family friendly.
Yes.
They can come in and not only receive assistance with their health care,
Yeah.
we address their emotional needs, financial concerns, and social needs as well.
Okay.
They can come and take classes there.
Yeah.
So you can not only see the doctor, you can work on what the doctor may tell you to get more exercise, and you can come to a class several days out of the
You're
week right
telling
there.
me your facilities have exercise workout equipment in them?
Not workout
Not
equipment,
workout
but we have
equipment.
classes.
We have classes there.
Wow.
We have yoga, some have hustle, ballroom, different things at
Really?
different centers. Mhm.
Fast Freddy comes along
Get
couple-
out of here.
couple of times a week.
And come in Fast Freddy.
Yes.
From back. So you guys know where you are right now, right? So you know this is RJ Watkins' studio. In fact, this is where Fast Freddy got his start. Not in this building, but with the owner of this particular studio,
Yeah,
the
who
New
RJ
Dan
Watkins is.
show and all
Yes.
that stuff. That is interesting. Wow. So he comes in and he gets the seniors working there.
Yeah, teach them the latest hustle moves
Really?
and some of the physicians as well.
Okay. All right. All right. So what type of physician are you, Dr. Mays?
A family practice physician.
Okay. All right. And Dr. Wash?
I'm a family practice physician as well.
Okay.
And I also do emergency medicine.
Okay, perfect. So you're at which center are you?
Jefferson Village.
Okay, perfect. So do you run that center? Are you part of the whole team?
I'm part of a team.
Okay, perfect. And yourself?
Same thing. We're
Okay.
part of a team.
Okay.
So our teams at Oak Street are made up of nurse practitioners, providers, physicians, as well as case managers and also social workers.
Okay.
And scribes. We have scribes that actually take notes during the visit, and that gives us an opportunity to spend more time with the patient and more direct eye contact as well.
That's amazing.
So we can focus on the medicine while they're writing down the details of the visit.
Why, and you guys can just jump right in, and whoever wants to answer this, why do you think Oak Street felt the need for this type of service?
You know, for so long, when you look at traditional healthcare organization, it's always been a volume service. What can we do? How many services that we can get? And oftentimes the patient always felt rushed. And as physicians, we often felt rushed because there was a certain amount of quota that you have to meet in so many patients a day.
Yeah.
But at Oak Street, you know, we're given the opportunity to actually sit down, speak with the patient. We may not see the volume of patient that we normally see, but we actually give them quality. We actually we add
Quality
value
healthcare.
to the visit of the patient.
Gotcha. So I see these vehicles riding around the whole metropolitan area. Why do you guys feel the need for those vehicles? What do those vehicles do? Do they pick up the patients, drop the patients off, bring them to classes? I mean, what do you guys do with those vehicles?
Those vehicles primarily offer transportation for those individuals who are in need.
Okay.
You know, and that's the other services that we do. And the way we're able to provide that is through the savings that we give our patients by, treating them
Yes.
in our office.
Yes.
Yeah. So what we do is we make sure that we take on the risk costs of the patient. We make sure that they have all their needs there, and in doing so, we save a lot. And we're able to reinvest in our patients.
That's
and
amazing.
services.
So, Dr. Mays, as we mature, we have to take care of our parents and things like that, or just loved ones in our families. And most times, it's the daughters, the women who who is the lead in that role. What are some of the things that you can tell our viewers that are our age that may have parents that they may have to take care of? What are some of the things that you should tell them, and myself included, to the advice that we need to give our parents?
You need to, if you don't, I know this is cliche,
but I'm going
to say it anyway.
Please say it, sister.
If you don't use it, you'll lose it.
Okay.
And so one thing that we promote, and one of the things that actually attracted me to Oak Street Health, was practicing what we say.
Yes.
So there are numerous studies that show that exercise and dancing can increase your mental function.
Oh, wow.
Just dancing in and of itself, it helps you in reference to being stable. It helps you to what's called proprioception, or knowing like where you are, knowing where your limbs are, that sort of thing, your position sense. It helps you with your memory, having to remember the steps of the hustle. It helps you become more social, so it can help combat things like depression. And so I would say to people today, the younger people that are taking care of their parents, to make sure that they stay active.
Yes.
Make sure that they stay social, that they interact with people. That goes a long way in reference to keeping that loved one happy and healthy.
Perfect.
The other thing that is extremely important as we get more mature, and one thing that we do at Oak Street as well, we look, and sometimes we'll send patients to the household, we'll send people to the household to assess that family's house to see is it safe. So there are things you need to do as your loved ones get older to make sure that their home environment is safe. Make sure that you decrease their fall risk, that sort of thing.
Yes.
So you want to make sure that you get those things in place early on before they actually need it.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. What do you say about cancer and diabetes and heart disease and all of those things? What are some of the preventative measures we could take, or we should encourage our parents to take?
Well,
those things.
Just in general, we do expect everyone to have a regular family primary care physician.
Okay.
To be able to hit those what we call models of milestones that we check certain things every year to prevent cancer or to look for things that may cause cancer.
Okay.
And the only way that we're able to see that if you come visit us.
Yeah.
You know? So we encourage all those individuals who have older relatives to make sure that they have a consistent relationship with their physician.
Okay.
And at Oak Street, I mean, that's what we do. We actually get to know the patient more so on a personal level. And that's what I came to do medicine for, is actually to know the patient.
Okay.
And, and it's wonderful when you come in and you say, hey, how's your son doing?
Yeah.
Hey, how's your granddaughter doing? And we talk about those things, so we kind of open up that avenue for them to open up a conversation for things that they might not necessarily say to another physician because they don't have that relationship.
I agree. I mean, even myself personally, I just switched physicians, and it's like the nurse does all the work, the prep stuff, then he comes in quickly, looks at the chart, and then he's out of there. And I'm like, wait, hold on. It's some more stuff I want to talk about. It's like, so do you think Oak Street will do anything for patients that's non-Medicare and younger? Because we need this.
Well, let us do this market first.
We're
and then
doing
we'll
that.
Don't
right
push
now,
it.
we definitely see the need where it
It's a huge need.
Yeah.
It is. It's like, wait, hold on. You're kind of begging them to come back in the room. It's like, I have a ton of questions.
Our elderly have been so neglected on a lot of different things.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the things that we at Oak Street can do is kind of hone in on the medically underserved areas.
Yeah.
In, Detroit and the Highland Park area.
Yeah, we have to take care of our seniors.
Yes.
We really do. They're the mother and father of the earth, so we definitely have to do
One of
that.
the things I wanted to piggyback on Dr. Mays when she was talking about if you don't use it, you lose it. There's an actual phenomenon in which when you exercise, you release hormones called endorphins. Endorphins are like natural pain relievers.
Wow.
And so if a person is active, even when you exercise, if you're on that treadmill and you say, you know what, I know I got to stop, but I'm going to just go on a little bit more. That's those endorphins kicking in to feel good. And so those endorphins actually prevent depression, it elates spirit. And it also,
That's very true.
And if you have pain, it actually decreases on pain. And that's a real phenomenon that happens in your body.
So you don't always have to go to the medicine cabinet when you have pain. There's other measures that you could take to help ease the pain and help correct some of the things that's going on within your body.
Yes.
That's what you're saying?
And like I said, we do believe in traditional medicine. We also believe in a lot of other things like vitamin therapy.
Yeah.
But when it's needed, if you need to take a blood pressure medication, you need to take it. Because just the simple things like blood pressure, regulating your diabetes, just simple going to the doctor and getting those things checked out will prevent a lot of long-term issues.
I'm sending my mom to you guys. I have to see what kind of insurance she
Can I
has.
say one thing about screening since you mentioned it? In the African American community, some people don't know this, but for colon cancer, they should be screened at 45.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Wow. Would you say that you should have like the colonoscopies? Do you think that you should do that regularly? How often should one do that? Once a year? Or?
African Americans begin at 45. Other than that, it's 50. And then if it's a normal colonoscopy, it's 5 to 10 years.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
If you do see a polyp or they do see something, then it's probably every 3 to 5.
Do you think that obviously you do a lot of things, and we're going to take a break and we're going to get back into really what you do at the centers, the community centers. What I want to know is diet plays a huge part in how our health is and how we react to the foods that we eat and the poison that's being put in our body from a lot of things that we're eating. Do you guys help with nutrition with the seniors?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You're never too old or you're never too young to actually start eating healthy.
Okay.
And like I say, if following that the nutritional chart and having the eating from each food group alone, if you do that consistently, there's probably no need to actually take vitamin supplements, because you're getting your vitamins.
Okay.
If you eat 3 square meals a day, sensible square meals a day, vegetables, certain amount of
Carbs,
dairy, carbs, you will get all the vitamins that your body needs.
Okay. All right, wonderful. It seems like our grandparents lived a long time. Like I just lost my grandmother at 90, and she ate whatever she wanted. Like she ate from down south, and it's like those people. Literally. That's just. So you think it's a difference in because they ate everything that I wouldn't even dream of eating right now.
Some of the things that we talked about back then, I'm gonna give one example.
Yeah.
We talked about it was butter back then.
Yeah.
Oh God, butter's hot.
Lard and
lard and everything. But
Absolutely.
Those were pretty much natural things. However, we started getting into more processed things like margarine,
Yes.
fat.
Yeah.
Studies have shown those are terrible now.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So it's like
getting back to the basics.
Yeah, and perfect. I'm glad you said that because a lot of people were confused. It's like 1 minute the news is saying, "Oh, this is great for you," or you need to modify your diet in this way and eat this, and then they're like, "Oh no, we want to take that back. You need to go back to eating this," and it just kind of confuses the people.
And that's why you should always have a consistent relationship with your physician.
Yeah.
So when questions come up, some things you see on TV. Because now, we live in such a litigious society.
Absolutely.
When there's a new medication come up, they tell you all these disclaimers.
Yes.
If you're on this, if you're on this, if you're on that. So you always need to just follow up these questions with your primary care physician.
Okay.
And not oftentimes most people don't have the opportunity to have those follow-up questions
Yeah.
because they're going in for something else and the doctor is rushed.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you mentioned, Dr. Mays, that you guys have more time to spend with your patients. Is there a cap at each facility where you can't accept new patients because you want to keep that one-on-one personal relationship?
We can spend as much time as we need to. We can have the patient back if you may come in with a list this long,
Okay.
and we may not address it all at that visit. So we can bring you back next week if we need to address more things, and even the week after that. So we really have a lot of time to spend with them. I don't know if there's a cap at, as far as the number of patients that we could have on our panel, and there probably is a cap such that we can make sure we continue to spend that quality time.
Give them the service that you're
Right,
trying
but
to
I don't
provide.
I don't
Yeah.
think
Well-
we're near that cap.
Okay.
yeah,
Good.
we're not we're new, so we're not near that cap. But what happens is that once we find a need that we need additional physician, we're bringing another team.
Okay.
So right now, a team at Oak Street consists of one team, a provider, which is a physician, then the mid-level, which is a nurse practitioner.
Yeah.
Then we have a scribe, medical assistant.
Yes.
So we have a certain group. And so once we get to a point where we feel we need a little bit more additional help with
Yes.
staff, we hire another set.
Okay.
So we're still able to keep that same volume of patients, still able to
Provide the same service.
services,
Okay.
you know, and
Wonderful.
not feeling stressed.
Perfect. All right. So I want to really uncover some of the things that you guys are doing in the facilities. We're going to take a quick break. All
Sure.
right. All right. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back. I hope you guys are enjoying this.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the Know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he come from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
Welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I am your host, Marley Blackman, Marley B, that's me, and I'm also your press secretary for the City of Highland Park. So, listen, I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We always encourage you to participate. If you want to give us a call in, you want to talk to Dr. Mays or Dr. Wash about Oak Street Health. I'm sure that you've seen the vehicles. You probably have not seen the facilities because they have one in Rosedale Park. They have one on East Jefferson. And it's just, they're great. They're great facilities. I think that they're different. They bring a different initiative to the communities. And we're talking about that. And if there's some questions that you feel like, Marley B, you're not asking the right questions, please give me a call. And you can ask the questions yourself, okay? So, Dr. Mays, tell me, one of the things that's near and dear to my heart is when I see a homeless person on the streets and we have a lot of that in Highland Park. Highland Park is probably made up of 80%, our residents are like 80% senior citizens. So the residents here, they stuck through it all. They didn't sell their homes. They're like fighting to keep their homes. They're fighting through their healthcare issues, and they're here. And so when I see them in their carts, the mobile carts, that's a use of transportation for them. A lot of them still use the public transportation. A lot of them are walking. This past Christmas, it was so sad. I seen a senior who she had probably 2 big, really huge garbage bags and a suitcase, and she had just gotten off the bus, and it's snow up to here, and she's trying, so I pull over, I put her in my car, and I take her to her house, and it's like, and she's got and you can look at her and tell she wasn't wasn't the healthiest, and so but she's traveling from one side of the town trying to get back home with I don't know where all the stuff came from, but people like that, when I see that, I want to say, hey, do you know about Oak Street? Can you give them a call and see if, so they can help you? So before you leave here, I want you to hook me up with some cards so I can keep them in my car or whatever. So when I see people, I can give them the information. What do you guys do? What kind of services do you guys offer for like homeless people and veterans, Dr. Mays?
What we do when patients come to us, we don't just look at their medical needs.
Okay.
We are able to spend twice the amount of time as a normal office visit.
Yes.
So we can not only address their medical needs, we look at their financial needs,
Yes.
their social needs, and even their housing needs. So we can dive deeper into their social history.
Amazing.
Who are you living with? Do you live in a house? Do you live in an apartment? Are you able to afford your medicines? Are you able to afford food? And when we see things that come up, like, oh, this person doesn't have a place to stay, then we can immediately talk to our social worker and say, hey, we need you to help us with this patient. And so we all work together to try to come up with a good solution for the patient.
Okay, perfect. But they would have to already have Medicare, right?
They do have to have Medicare.
Okay, okay. All right, so that's good to know.
But if they happen to get to us and they didn't, we still wouldn't just say, hey, see you.
Okay,
I mean, we'll
yeah.
definitely try to find
Yes.
resources that's going to help them out.
Yes.
And oftentimes a lot of them probably don't even know that they're eligible for Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have practice care managers that actually can assist them with that to see if they are
Yes.
indeed Medicare eligible.
Let's talk about that. How do you become Medicare eligible?
Well, 65
Yes.
and over.
All right, check.
Um,
Disabled.
disabled.
Some
Sometimes,
Disabled.
Certain disabilities will qualify you for Medicare.
Okay.
And like I said, we do have
Specialists.
specialists who work with us, and they make that determination, and they can find all those other criteria to help you to see if you are indeed eligible with that. Some people don't even know that they're dual eligible. They're eligible for an HMO as well as Medicare, and so we're able to kind of help you finagle through the healthcare system and the red tape in order to find out if it works for you.
Okay.
And keep in mind, we want to make sure that we are a good fit for you, because oftentimes we may not be a good fit for
Yeah.
you, but we're going to let you know that. So we want you to come in, we want you to visit our clinic or our center,
Center.
Yeah.
and see for yourself, see what the amazing services that we have at Oak Street.
All right, I'm going to do a run through. I'm going to come
Yes.
in and I'm
Yeah,
going to
do it.
see.
Yeah,
I'm going
bring
to
a
check it out
guest.
for you guys, and then I'm going to come back next Monday and tell you all about my visit.
You can bring some guests with you
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
We
that-
welcome that.
That'd be amazing. So, okay, so perfect. So that's good information. So, are you guys in the community like spring and summer? Like, do you guys set up little booths and give out
Yes.
information so people can really understand what you're doing?
I mean, there's a whole bunch of health fairs that go on that are sponsored by different
Yeah.
organizations throughout the.
And you're a part of it.
We definitely try to be a part of as many
Okay.
as we can.
Okay.
And
Alright.
even if you're not a patient at Oak Street Health, you can still partake of the activities. We have birthdays once a month. We celebrate people's birthdays. We have computer classes. We allow people to come in and use the computers. In
wow.
the winter, it might be cold. They can come in and get warm
Shelter,
and have a cup
warming
of
center.
coffee or hot chocolate. There's a nice lounge area there. So we are part of the community, and that's one of the things that I personally love about Oak Street Health.
Yeah.
And it's not just one.
Our
computer.
presence.
Yes.
There's several computers that they're able to have the system. There's a television there. They want to sit back, kind of watch the local news, see what's going on in the news. They're able, and like Dr. May said, you're able to interact with other people that are there too.
Okay.
So
it's
there-
kind of like a hangout spot, and I can get
Yeah.
taken
Exactly.
care of as well.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And so-
awesome. That's awesome.
And when you talk about day in the life, if you come there, it's not just an ordinary waiting room.
Yeah.
We do have a waiting area, but sometimes if you're waiting, you may want to go into the community
Yeah.
center and see what's going on
Yeah.
until your call.
That's awesome. That's really good.
And one of the problems that we see with elderly is social isolation.
Exactly.
So the presence of Oak Street Health itself helps address that, because there's a place, like you said, where seniors can come and hang out and meet other seniors.
And social isolation definitely can have a direct impact on their health care. Because if you're socially isolated, there's no one there to uplift your spirits. There's no one there to make you want to see the doctor, take your medication
Yeah.
correctly. And then, too, if you think you're the only one going through something,
Yeah.
you know, you have no frame of reference
Yeah.
when there's other people that may go through
Through the same thing. Yeah. And you're like,
know?
oh, okay.
Because
Yeah.
oftentimes, and I think Dr. Mays can attest to this, we can be in there seeing a patient, and all of a sudden we veer off. We try to figure out what's going on with them. Then we find out it's some social aspect that
Yes,
needs to be addressed.
yes.
Really? Wow.
And you know, instead of us like, you know, why is your blood pressure so high? I know you're I'm writing this prescription. I see this, but we're not having any changes. Sometimes they can say, well, you know, I just don't have the money. You know, and something as simple as that. I mean, we can try to.
That's huge in
bring-
Highland
You know,
Park.
then that way we'll put you in touch with our social worker. You know, there's a lot of websites, needymeds.com. We can put you in that will offer.
Does that
assistance.
become overwhelming though? Because it seems like the world has problems. It seems like there's such a huge melting pot of people that's in need. They talk about it all the time. I mean, you watch CNN, you watch the news. It's like people just cannot survive on the fixed income, or even if they're a younger adult making $10, $12 an hour, they just cannot survive on those things. But right now we're talking about seniors, and so I know for Highland Park, everybody's on fixed incomes, and it's just, you're right. It's either I can eat a sandwich or I can get my meds.
And so we know the young and the elderly are the most vulnerable in our society. And so definitely,
Yeah,
know,
skip us. We're like,
you know, that's what our so-called mission is.
No,
is
right,
to
absolutely.
help the elderly and those people that are Medicare
absolutely.
eligible.
Yes,
But
absolutely.
I think one of the great things is you don't have one doctor or
Exactly.
one nurse practitioner trying to solve the problem, which can happen sometimes when you're in private practice or even working for a larger organization. You don't have that social work support. You don't have the care coordinator. You don't have the insurance specialist. We have all of these people, and we're all on the same team. So when we take all of our minds and all of our education and the care and concern inside of us, we can help come to solutions. And the other, one of the most important people on the team is that elderly person. Because some elderly people are doing very well. And so they come to activities and they say, hey, did you know you can go here and get free fruits and vegetables? So it's wonderful when we all work together.
Yeah.
And we're just not isolated amongst ourselves. Rosedale Park is just not Rosedale Park. Jefferson Village is just not Jefferson
I
Village.
would hope not.
You know,
Listen, you guys are in
no.
HP right now. I hope
Well,
y'all
no,
this
but-
spreads. We gotta
but-
spread the love.
But in terms of our communication,
Yeah.
we communicate as an organization amongst all of us.
That's awesome.
So, you know, twice a week, I'm seeing her twice a week, whether it's teleconferencing and we're talking about patients throughout the healthcare, when we call this Region 5, throughout Metro Detroit. Because there may be things that they're talking about that we say, hey, you know what, we're doing this over here.
Yeah.
You know, maybe
Yeah.
why don't you apply this to the patient that you're seeing?
Yeah,
And
that's
vice
good.
versa.
That's good. So one thing that I've been working with, it's so interesting, is the whole mental health epidemic with Commissioner Reg Davis, and I think he's District 7.
Yes.
And this is a big thing for him, as well as our chief of police for Detroit, Chief Craig. It's like with cops being shot by people with mental illness. So it's this whole thing that I've been working with several doctors on pulling all the coalition together and trying to provide a wraparound service for this whole piece. So I just want to get your input. We're going to take a quick break, and I just want to get your input on that, okay? All right, we're going to take a quick break. I hope you guys are enjoying the show. We'll be right back.
Tune in every Monday morning at 10 for Get in the Know with host Marley B, providing the city of Highland Park news, information, and entertainment. Find out what's happening in Highland Park from the city's movers and shakers. Get in the know with Marley B. Monday mornings at 10, right here on WHPR.
As a single mother, my first job is care about Derek. Everything that I do is from him. When I moved to Philadelphia and this apartment, after 6 months, we need to connect with the world. I use internet to keep him in a language because that's the way to get connected with my family tradition. He has to know where he comes from. We need internet essential. There's no excuses to not get connected.
And welcome back to your very own TV show, Get in the Know. I'm your host, Marley Blackman, Marley B. That's me. I'm also your press secretary for the city of Highland Park, giving you the information that you need to know, you deserve to know, and you want to know. We have a caller. She's been holding for quite some time, so we're going to go ahead and take that. You guys ready? Mm-hmm. All right. So we're here with Dr. Mays and Dr. Wash from Oak Street Health. Hello, caller. You're live on the air. Thank you so much for calling in to Get in the Know. How are you this morning?
Just fine, thank you. And you?
I am well. I'm well.
Okay, I was calling about the Oak Street. Now, I have insurance. I have Medicare, and I have Blue Cross, and I'm through the UAW. Would I be able to use your facility?
Absolutely.
They said absolutely, honey. Do you want to come today?
No, I can't come today. Now, what are your areas?
Well, we have several areas. It just depends on which one is close to you. Are you a Highland Park resident? Do you live in Highland Park?
Hello?
I can't hear him.
Oh, you can't hear him. Hold on one second.
I was asking, do you live in Highland Park?
Highland Park?
Do you live in Highland Park?
No. I live in Southwest Detroit.
Okay.
Okay. So, we have
Jefferson
Village or Southgate, you know.
Oh, yeah, Southgate.
Oh, in Southgate?
You're close to Southgate, correct?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have one in Southgate that may be appropriate for you.
So Southgate and what?
Eureka Road and
So it's Eureka. So what I'm going to have you do is I'm going to leave the information at the front desk. So if you want to call 313-868-0342 and just call the front desk, I will make sure that you have the information, okay?
Yes. Could I wait just a minute. Let me get that number again.
Actually, you guys have a number for Oak Street that she can call? Okay. That's perfect.
Are you ready?
Hello?
Yeah, are you ready?
She can't hear you.
Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, I am.
Okay. Area code 313 723
723
6000 6000.
Is that 2 zeros or 3?
3.
Okay.
So 313 723 6000.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, did you get that?
Yes, I did.
All right,
I just called the
perfect.
front desk.
Yes. Yeah, so
Okay,
that's actually the number to Oak Street. So go ahead and call them, and they'll get you all set up, okay?
And they'll get you
All
to
right.
the appropriate
appropriate center. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you so much for calling. Tell your friends about Oak Street.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah. So no, that's great. So yeah, she would be a good candidate to be a part of that. So before we went on break, we were talking about the whole mental illness, and it's so interesting to me that something that goes on for years and years and years, and then all of a sudden it becomes an epidemic. Right? It's like, what happened? This has been happening, but now all of a sudden people are paying attention to it. The media is paying attention to it. What do you guys, being healthcare professionals, what do you guys think about the whole mental illness epidemic?
Well, I think first of all, in the Black community, it's always been a stigma.
Yeah.
Oh man, something's wrong with you. So nobody never wanted to talk about it.
Or go talk to
or
someone,
go
a professional.
Speak to someone
yes.
about it. And little did they know that the just simply by speaking to somebody,
Yeah.
you know, you most likely, in 80% of the time, you can remedy the situation.
Yes.
You know, something that's so small that can be remedied by, medication or just social therapy,
Yeah.
can prevent a wrong decision.
Yes.
And I think in my practice experience, we've seen so much. But one of the things that we're trying to do at Oak Street is that we're trying to bridge that gap between medicine and mental health. I mean, right now we do have telemedicine with licensed
Okay.
psychiatrists that you can come in, get evaluated, and we can treat you.
Okay.
And me and Dr. Mays, I guess in our practice, we definitely are very experienced in, dealing with our simple mental health issues such as your depressions,
Yeah.
schizophrenia, and whatnot.
Yeah.
And anytime that those start to get a little bit more involved, we definitely have resources to help us as well.
Wow.
And
Wow.
we're also getting behavioral health specialists on board.
Yes.
And the beautiful part about that is they'll all be in the same area. So you can go to Oak Street Health and see that behavioral health specialist.
Right,
So
they
you don't
wouldn't
have to
have
have
to
a
go.
separate
Yeah.
appointment at this
Yeah. Another
place that's just
facility.
for
Yes.
psychiatric help.
Absolutely.
So, that stigma can be decreased because you'll be going to the same place that other people go to.
Wow.
So our house under one
That's
building.
that's really cool. I would love to see Oak Street. I know you said, hold on, don't go too fast, but I would love to see Oak Street for younger people, because you gotta start there. It starts with the younger people as well, as far as the mental health, and they just they grow up and it just becomes an adult issue now.
Right.
And then now we're trying to correct it as an adult when we really could have been correcting it when they were younger youth. There's a facility here called Spectrum Juvenile Services in Highland Park. You've heard of it?
Yes.
Yeah, and it's amazing the work that they do over there with these young people, these young men, and most of them have committed some kind of crime at a very young age, a serious crime.
Yes.
And so you wonder, how did they come up to do that? They're 7 years old and shot a gun maybe, or 8 or 9 years old and robbed someone, or 11 years old and committed multiple murders. Like, how does that happen mentally? How do you say, okay, is it watching too much television? Is it watching someone in the household? How do you pull all those things together to say, I'm going to actually commit this crime being so young?
Well, I think it's just a combination of a whole bunch of different factors. Socioeconomically, not having enough resources, not available resources in the community that you live in. So I just think that as a society, we just need to come together and just think of those things that's going to help the youth and that's going to help them not get into a situation when they do become elderly.
I agree.
That they have to seek out, services, or they have multiple ailments or illness that have not been treated.
Yeah.
Because like I say, when you have mental health issues, that's a direct impact on your physical being as well. Those things, because if you're mentally ill, oftentimes you're not treating yourself physically.
Right. So shouldn't you, that's one of the things that we want to promote is that, we go to the doctor and talk and get our physical taken care of. But what about our mental that that controls everything that we are? Yeah.
And it starts with the physician itself.
Okay.
Us being able to sit there and have that 20-minute conversation with our patient. You wouldn't believe how much that does wonders. That's the difference in a patient taking their medication.
Absolutely.
The difference in them coming back for a follow-up visit, going over labs. And what we stress is we definitely stress, we put the onus for the patient to be proactive and to come back. We tell them, hey, here at Oak Street, we want you to know what your medication is. Because if you're on about 4 or 5 different medications, if you know those medications, and say, for instance, you go out of town, and you have to, God forbid, see an emergency services, and you're seeing a physician, they're saying, well, we're going to put you on this one. Oh, no, I'm on this medication.
Yeah, you need
so
to know.
you're able to have that conversation with anybody about your own health.
Yes.
And that's what we stress at Oak Street.
That's good. That's great. That's great. That's
So
really good.
even with the technology, we help them use their phones better.
Yes.
And put information in
Oh,
their
man.
phones,
Yeah.
reminders in their
Oh,
phones.
wow.
We got a lot of them that are able to use a smartphone now, and
That's
they're
good.
enjoying it.
That's
Yeah.
good. Download apps and
Yeah,
everything. You guys
apps,
have an
yeah.
app where they can do everything on the app?
And see, one of the things about it, we have a lot of young people that are very socially apt as far as all the different applications. They're computer literate, and they help us out with a lot of things
Okay.
too.
Okay.
So it's the organization itself is so it's invigorating. You know,
Yeah.
it keeps me alert.
Yeah.
And it makes me realize this is why I did medicine.
That's
This is why I
awesome.
wanted to do medicine.
That's awesome. It's something about telling your physician all your business because you feel like you trust them. But if they're not sitting in the room long enough to listen, then you get a little frustrated. So I think that bringing that element to it is amazing. Yeah. Yeah.
And we also, I mean, you know, people look at it and say, well, why is Oak Street different? You know, because we just have a whole different kind of model, you know, in terms of how we treat patients. We definitely look at our patient overall, and we try to make sure that we take care of all their needs as an outpatient to reduce any admissions to the hospital.
Okay.
You know, and in Oak Street, we've been shown to have about a 44% decrease in hospital admissions.
That's amazing. Wow.
Yeah. And that's really kind of unheard of.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, we're at the end of the hour. That went by
Wow.
so
Okay.
quick, right? All right, so I want to make sure that our viewers, obviously, you just heard that we have viewers outside of Highland Park. They're all over Metro Detroit. So I want everyone to know, how can they find you, website-wise, a phone number? If I'm putting you on the spot, let me know. Okay.
No.
right.
OakStreetHealth.com.
Okay.
You can go there and you can find out all the information. Like I said, we have five centers here throughout Metro Detroit.
Okay.
Rosedale Park, Hazel Park, Southgate, and Jefferson Village.
Cherry Hill.
And Cherry Hill.
Okay.
So we're kind of encompassing everything. So we're kind of surrounding Highland
Perfect.
Park. So Highland
Yeah.
Park is like a spoke. They can go to
Okay.
whichever one.
Okay, perfect. So you guys heard it from Dr. Mays and Dr. Wash himself with regard to Oak Street Health. I love that name. I love Oak Street. It just seems like, wow, what is that? It's just, I love the name.
Yeah, it comes from, you know, you think about the oak tree and how all the different branches kind of spear out
Yes.
and stuff, just like a family tree. You know, we have so many different services that starts from one central area.
Okay.
And so, you know, everybody benefits.
That's perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming on, Getting the Know, and sharing this information with Highland Park and Metro Detroit. I really appreciate it. I am going to take a tour of the facilities, actually both of their facilities, because I want to see what's going on. And I'll have more information about Oak Street Health Health Centers, community centers for you next Monday. And I'll keep some cards on me, so if you guys see me in the community, you can flag me down, and I'll make sure that I have the information for you. But thank you so very much, you guys, for joining me.
Thank you for
And
having
thank
us.
you guys for watching and viewing. Mwah! I love you. Until next Monday.